We'll also be glad to see him, you know him as Dean Winchester. Next up, he's making his Comic-Con debut, so please be gentle for executive producer Bob Singer. And next we have everyone's favorite angel, Castiel. And of course, what supernatural panel would be complete without the King of Hell? All right, Jeremy, I want to start with you. Just a big question after the season finale, cliffhanger, angels falling. What can you tell us about what's a world like with fallen angels, everyone? What's the tease for season 9?
That's an excellent question, Rich.
Thank you.
I think one of the things that's going to be really exciting this season is that we're going to learn pretty quickly that a world full of fallen angels is pretty much a free-for-all in that,
You lost Shepard. He's leaving.
Just gonna.
We should knock it over again. This is a day on set. This is what happens. You were saying,
Sorry, to bring myself to sleep there. I was saying, gosh, I don't know what I was saying. With angels on Earth, I think we're going to see it's not one unified body. We've got lots of angels out there with lots of different agendas, and many are feeling lost and scared and vengeful. And I think it's lending itself to some really exciting and wonderful character moments for all of our characters to be dealing with. A world of fallen angels is a dirty, bloody, scary, and in some ways very human world, and we're really, really excited to explore that.
take that.
Before we ask the next show question, Bob, I just wanted to ask you about your first Comic-Con. What's the experience been like, and what took you so long to get here?
Yeah. Generally, I've been in Vancouver directing when Comic-Con is on, and they say, well, you can get from Vancouver to San Diego, and I said, no, well, I'm not as young as I used to be, and the travel could really hurt. But this year I didn't, and it was a lot of cajoling, and I believe a weapon. No, it's been an eye-opener, and I don't know what took me so long, but it's really quite something, and I'm very happy to be here.
and this is for Jeremy and Bob, but Jared and Jensen, if you guys want to chime in too. Just last season, Sam and Dean, they had their troubles with each other, but they had that really nice moment in the finale. Great brotherly bond. And just want to, what's their relationship going to be like season 9? Like, where are they when we get back?
Jeremy?
Well, I mean, I'll just quickly say, one of the interesting things about the end of last season was that for the first time in a long time, the brothers chose each other and their love for each other over what was sort of the season-long quest. They chose to leave the gates of hell open in exchange for saving each other, and that has left them stronger than ever, but also has created a tremendous amount of fallout for them to be dealing with, particularly at the beginning of this season. Because the brothers are walking into a world this year where all the normal sort of constructs of heaven and hell aren't the same anymore. The king of hell, as you saw, is no longer in residence in hell, and heaven is not running as heaven normally ran. So I keep on going back to the term free-for-all. Free-for-all.
Free-for-all. Thank you. Obviously, I think Jeremy and Bob know more than Jensen and myself do, but as to kind of piggyback on what Jeremy said, we did choose each other and to keep fighting the fight together. Thankfully, we have fans that want us to keep fighting the fight. And before we pass over it, thanks guys. Y'all are awesome. I don't even know. Y'all really kick ass. And I don't think any of us thought we'd be up here in season 9 with people still interested, so thank you. But on that note, we'll keep on fighting the fight together, and we see Sam and Dean kind of figuring out how to, in this free-for-all world where we have the king of hell living in our dungeon and the angels walking all over the place, we're really going to need each other more than ever. Free-for-all.
Misha, how will Castiel be changed by being human, and how will it affect his relationships with Dean and Sam?
Whoa. It's really kind of fun hearing yourself in echo, isn't it? Nice. I want this effect at home. It's a remarkable shift for Castiel, because Castiel, prior to the beginning of this season, has been equipped with all sorts of powers and capacities that made him a very useful tool to the brothers. He could pop in, and for instance, if they needed to go back in time 20 or 30 years, he could facilitate that. Now he can pop in and, basically fold laundry. So there's a shift in the dynamic there in terms of how he can be utilized by the brothers at the outset of the season. And I think that for Castiel's arc as a character this season, it is going to be an immensely rich terrain to explore. His becoming human. We sort of, in past seasons, tested those waters a little bit. In season 5, he's sort of lost some of his powers and started to become human, but now he's really down in the dirt and the filth of being a human and getting to experience what it's like to actually eat, and then what happens to the food after you eat it.
It was a great bathroom scene.
Really great bathroom scene.
It's a 3-episode arc.
You're an adult and you're actually flushing a toilet for the first time. That's got to be an epiphany. So yes, there's a lot of good stuff like that. Bathroom related stuff for cats.
Mark, I have a question for you. that scene in the finale where Crowley had that breakdown.
Did you cry?
I did. It was pretty intense. But I don't trust Crowley.
You don't say.
I trust you. But I don't trust Crowley. How sincere was that? Should we interpret that as a genuine breakdown, or was he just tooling with the boys?
Don't answer that. No.
All right, well,
Bob, you want to take that one?
He could tell you, but I'd have to kill him.
I think the fun part for me is that whatever happened to Crowley at the end of season 8 has had a profound effect on him, whether he likes it or not. I think that's the best way of putting it. And hopefully we'll go on a little journey to find out what kind of effect that might have. Is that a good way to put it?
Well done.
Bob has spoken.
I had solicited a lot of questions from Twitter over the last couple of weeks, and one of the things that kept coming up a lot was people wanted to know more about the Men of Letters, and what are we going to find out about them and their bunker in season 9? Well, how much of a part of season 9 will they be?
Well, the Men of Letters, for one thing, it's in 8 seasons, it's the first actual permanent set we've had, so we're thrilled about that. It's also a treasure trove of information. There's rooms in the Men of Letters we haven't explored yet. It's a springboard for stories. But interestingly, I think that the Men of Letters for Dean is a home. He's made he's got a memory foam mattress, he's hanging posters. He says it's as close to home as we're going to get. For Sam, it's a workplace, and he doesn't think of it as home, but is very much comfortable in the academic pursuits that one can follow in the Men of Letters, and that's something that we'll be exploring even more fully this season.
There's a disco room too, right? There's a disco room too.
There's a mirror ball.
Oh.
And speaking of Twitter, recently Jim Beaver tweeted that he's coming back.
As an actress or something? What is it? Some actress he's coming back as.
So I'm wondering if there's anything you can tell us when that might happen, or anything at all.
I think Jim also tweeted that he was coming back in a way that you wouldn't guess or wouldn't expect, and that's pretty much how I've been leaving. Because I'm a bad person.
An inside story of that is though Jim tweets those things before we actually have any plans to bring him back, and then we're like, right? Because it's out there in the ether. So we'll figure something out.
And speaking of coming back, Charlie Bradbury is a very popular character, and everyone loves Felicia Day. Is there a chance we might see her again this season?
I'm not sure how these guys feel about it, but I know when I'm directing and they're doing scenes with Felicia, I don't get the sense that she's really giving you very much. And as a director, you're constantly waiting for her to get out of the makeup trailer. She gets on stage, she doesn't really know her lines.
She's mean to everybody, we can't look at her in the eyes.
Not Felicia Day, I was talking about somebody else.
Okay, so I was in another hall entirely. Thank you. But I kind of am at Comic-Con everywhere all the time. I heard you, Bob, and I flew over here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
And Bob, I don't have a lot of power in the world, but at Comic-Con a little bit, and I think have a cosplay Deadpool take you out later in the bathroom. Just saying.
Obviously, Felicia will be back. We love her. We have big plans for her this year, and she is a delight. And I mean, she knows I love her.
Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
Is that just because I showed up? Because actually, you didn't. This wasn't planned. Not kidding. Oh, anyway, I am thrilled to be back. I mean, obviously, this is the first time I've been in Hall H, actually, ever, so. But I think it's always amazing when you have a gift of a character that you just want to play all the time. And I'm so blessed to be working with these, very amazing men with excellent hair.
Felicia, Charlie is one of the few female characters on this show that the fans really have embraced.
I think this show needs a Teflon vagina. I feel like.
That's why we have Mark Shepard. You know I love you.
Maybe.
You had a question?
That being said, what do you think it is about Charlie that really has made her so beloved? And everyone wants her to keep coming back.
I think that Charlie, and this is something I really believe in truly as well, that Charlie is a girl, a woman, who happens to be a geek, but that's not who she is. She's not defined by being a geek. She's a person with amazing past, and she happens to love geeky things. And I think there's a trap when a lot of TV shows or movies create geek characters. They create a cliche of a geek. They're like, oh, it's a geek character. And then they don't go any deeper than that. I feel like Charlie is a real person, and she just happens to love the things she loves. And I think it's really hard to create a character like that. It takes a lot of more work and just storytelling. And I just think it's amazing what has been created here, especially for a girl character. So I thank you guys. Thank you.
I'd like to jump in, because I think a lot of credit for that also goes to some folks sitting over there in the audience. Most of the Supernatural writing staff is sitting, I think, right over here, so they deserve a big round of applause.
Jensen. Dean, he's been to hell and back, purgatory, and everywhere in between. So, what keeps this guy ticking? How does he stay so strong? And also stand by his brother when his brother doesn't always deliver the way he wants it to.
Yeah, his brother's pretty lame.
It was very trying, I will say that. Guys. I'm sitting here listening to the answers that all these guys are giving, and it's funny because we don't just sit around and talk about storylines like you think we do, or ask each other questions like this. So hearing the answers from you guys, it's I'm drinking this smart water hoping it'll have some sort of effect on me. And so far it's not. So yes, Dean has been through quite a lot over the past 176, 5, 3, 4, 20. I always defer to Jared for the numbers because he's a numbers guy, much like his character. 170, see, I'm doing now. 173. Anyway, over the course of many hours of television, Dean has been through quite a lot, and it's. I think what keeps him kind of motivated or keeps him pushing on is I think it's his sense of duty to fight the good fight. It's his duty to his brother, his family. And it's kind of, it's what he signed on to do. And sometimes he doesn't want to do it, but he does it anyway because he knows that that's what he does. That's what he was put on here. And I think that when he got back from Purgatory last season, which I really liked that storyline. I was sad to see Purgatory go. But I think when Dean got back, there was a real sense of clarity to his mission, and he knew that's why he was there, was to fight that fight and to be alongside his brother and drive that beast of an automobile down the highway and rocking out to some true rock and roll. So yeah, what was the question?
That's good.
Okay, thanks.
And Jared,
And pie? Yeah.
and Jared, on the flip side, what keeps Sam going when, I mean, they had that great moment at the end of the season, but he definitely felt the weight of his brother's expectations this past season. So what keeps him going?
I think it's probably a two-part answer, because there's what the writers write for me and what they have keeps Sam going, and then Jared as an actor, what I try to bring to Sam and to the amazing words that are in front of me on the page. I try to make Sam, he always tries to fight, the good fight. He really tries to do what he thinks is right. And we always play with this, the road to hell is paved with good intentions kind of quote. And so sometimes he kind of errs, but that's the beauty of this show. And talk about what Felicia said, these guys aren't really defined by their actions or their interests. They're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to mirror reality, and no one has all the answers. So Sam's trying to do what he can do. Sometimes he messes up, and Dean picks him up, or Charlie picks him up, or Misha, Mark pushes him down. So Sam's just trying to do what he thinks is right. I think he's accepted that his life's not going to be normal, finally. So he's trying to make the world a better place.
Okay, we're going to start taking some audience questions in a minute, so if you want to start lining up. But on Twitter, the favorite question I got was, now that Kaz is human, is he going to get to learn how to drive the Impala?
No.
He's just kidding, of course he is.
No.
He will.
No.
It'll happen.
All right.
By the way, just so you're clear, while the Impala is obviously a character in the show, and it's obviously Dean's car, Jensen himself has it's almost a sick proprietary thing about this car, and Misha the actor's not going to drive it, and Castiel the character's not going to drive it. Not going to happen.
I don't like when the Teamsters drive it to set. I'm like, Frank, get out of the car, buddy. Give me the keys, I'll turn it around. Just saying.
All right. First question.
Hello, Mr. Singer. There's Waldo!
Oh, at the Comic-Con.
Where? Oh, sorry. My name is Waldo. I was wondering if you guys could answer if any time in the series we're gonna find out where angels or demons go when they officially die.
I think that's Rob Benedict.
They go to Comic-Con.
That's actually a very good question, and my wife, who's a writer on the show, asked me that very question just the other day. Yeah, I don't know.
We were hoping you knew. We were hoping you could tell us.
You got something going on. Where do they go, buddy? Tell me.
They go wherever Waldo is. You can never find him.
It's something we could answer, yes. That's an excellent question. It's absolutely a place that's right for storytelling. So yes, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Hi, My name is Katie, and my question is for all of the actors except for Jensen.
Absolutely. What do you guys think about Jensen?
No, okay. Have you guys ever thought about directing at all? And so, Jensen, you've already done it, so.
I still have thoughts about it.
Okay.
No, but I'll just shut up.
I'll start. I have thought about it, and I don't think it's right for me to do currently. Maybe in a couple seasons, I'll kind of usually. Our breaks always seem so short that I really try to make the most of every second I have with my family, and we live in Texas, and so go Austin. So between visiting family and spending time with each other, and now we got a little kiddo, so inevitably I fly back to Vancouver at the last possible second so I can just kind of maximize my time. So I'm not yet willing to give away the extra 2 weeks to come up and be working just yet. Misha?
I have two very small children as well, and they keep me up at night, so I'm looking forward to an opportunity to spend some time away from them, directing and getting some sleep. So I'm actually, I think I'm planning to direct an episode number 17, or should I say 917, this year. Thank Bob and Jeremy for giving me the chance to do this, and apologize in advance for the product.
I'm sure the product will be great, but if you think you actually get to sleep when you're directing.
Oh no.
They don't let me do anything.
I just thought you were going to ask us what Jensen smells like, because a lot of fans ask me that. And I always say coriander and leather.
Yep.
Right? It's a potpourri fish scent.
It's nice.
Thanks, Felicia.
You're quite welcome.
I said it was nice.
Shut your mouth.
I think half the fans in line just left because that was their question. Okay, next.
Hello, Mr. Carver and all of the writers. I was wondering if we were going to get to see the Winchesters help angels this year.
The Winchesters help angels?
Yeah, all the fallen angels.
I think we can pretty much bet that the path of the fallen angels intersects with the Winchesters in some very big way this season. So, yes, I think it's something of an...
Give it to him, Jeremy. Give it to him.
I hate giving it to him. Yeah, I think you're going to see angels and demons up the wazoo this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, really, here's a buzzword, really interesting. No, it's going to be really fun, and I think I said before, free for all.
Free for all.
But yeah, I think you can absolutely look forward to the boys being sort of knee deep in angel problems this year. Yeah.
Thank you. Next.
Yes, hi. My name is Mark. Do you remember the bullshit sign from before? You remember? Okay, well, I wanted to say congratulations on season 9. Alright. My question was if, I don't know if you know, but I've been seeing in the different seasons earlier, like seasons 5 and 6, there was the character that was half. It was. going to be beating and be a savior for the world?
It was going to be a...
Hold on. Okay, so do you remember in a previous season we had the half angel, half demon character that came up and was helping with saving the world? Are we going to see what happened to that character? Yes, just
Antichrist.
now.
Antichrist?
The Antichrist, the little kid?
The little kid?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a boy, that's right.
Yes.
We're not.
He's like, yeah, dumbass.
So it's hard for us. We need somebody who knows the show well up here, unfortunately.
Thank you. We're having, everybody's explaining to us that it's actually the Antichrist character that I believe he's talking about. That's a good question. I've actually thought about that myself. Are we going to cool to play with?
It's a wonderful character to play with, and you know, and I don't think you're going to see that character in an early run of episodes here, and beyond that, I couldn't really say anymore. But it's, I mean, anytime we introduce a really fun is a great character, we're always looking for a way to bring him or her back. So you can rest assured that no character goes forgotten for too long.
No, we'll bring it back just to kill it and bring it back again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, this question's for Jared. The season 8 finale scene about always letting Dean down was amazing. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know a little bit about how that scene came together and where you pulled all that inner angst from, because you seem to be a pretty happy guy.
I am a pretty happy guy. That was, you know, I'm not a method kind of act. First off, thank you. And all the fans were so kind on Twitter about that episode. That was a really fun, the way it was scheduled. It was me and Shepard in that church for, was it 2 days or 3 days? 3 days. And so there really was a progression. It's nice that sometimes when you're shooting so often, it's like, oh, we're gonna film the last scene of the show, and then an hour later we're filming like skipping around town. So it's really difficult to kind of build up that way. And I was saying, I'm not a method actor by any means, but I kind of, and Jensen will vouch for me, it kind of took over me for some reason.
No, it didn't.
But I was even Jensen came up, he was like, man, you know,
Chill out.
chill out, essentially, because I really kind of, it was such great material that I really wanted to sink my teeth into it, and it kind of took over. And so for several days, I think all the angst just came from having to be on set with Shepard, you know? She did a great job. I mean, it was so fun to sit there, and I've had this chance with Jensen a lot to go play off another actor that I really respect, but to be there with Shepard also, and he brought so much to his credit. I mean, he did a great job, and I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed. I was like, I didn't think he could act. But no, so to have the material and then another actor who's just doing an amazing freaking job, it just really, I don't know where it came from, but I think the material brings it out. That sounds cheesy, but when you're reading something and kind of really getting into it, your mind goes to that place, and it felt really good. And then obviously, Jensen and I have worked together like that for years and years and years, and so when it kind of apexed like that, it just happened. It was really awesome. Thank you.
Hello, my question is, because you've played your characters for such a long time, and you're obviously very comfortable with them, when your characters suddenly change, like for example, Sam losing his soul, or alternate realities, is it hard to get in a different mindset?
Yes.
Yeah, you probably deal with that more than I do. Dean tends to stay Dean, no matter what situation he's in. He generally is just angry. You know, like you know, back several seasons ago in the French Mistake, I remember when they called and said that they kind of, this is the one and only time we've gotten brought into a conceptualized meeting about a story, and they just kind of wanted to hear what we thought of using our real personnel or our real names and this and that. And I said, as long as Dean never deviates from Dean, then you can put us anywhere you want.
As long as you make Jared and Jensen huge douches and Sam and Dean stay the same.
So, you know, I think Jared deals with that with Sam a lot more, you know, the altering of the character, and, you know, he does a really good job of it, I think, and they keep throwing him curveballs, and he keeps pulling him to the fence. So, you know, I'm kind of fortunate enough that I just kind of stay the course.
I haven't been a lot, actually. I guess I am the one that's kind of, Misha's done a few. It's really difficult, but it's really fun. My favorite is from what was Mistake, where it was like Jared and Jensen playing Sam and Dean, playing Jared and Jensen playing Sam and Dean. So that was kind of the ultimate, like, whoever gets to do that. I don't think there's ever been another show on Earth. Yeah, Jared just plays Sam. Okay. But as far as like Soulless Sam and Lucifer Sam and Evil Sam and like Dying Sam, there are lots of Sams. And that's awesome, because otherwise they would just be the same thing kind of over and over. I can't think of, I'm so grateful that I get to do it. Thank you guys, because it's so much fun.
Yeah, like it's like it'd be just like playing Dean.
I really enjoy it.
I think that's really part of why we're sitting up here right now, 9 seasons in, because the show, you guys as writers are constantly taking risks and changing things up and making it dynamic and interesting, and we're never watching the same episode twice, and that's an amazing achievement after 173.
Yeah, y'all never watch the same episode twice, right?
No one watches it twice. No, but I mean, it's what keeps it interesting, not only to watch, but also for us to be on. It's what makes it a fun place to come to work, is that there's always something new to deal with.
Thank you.
Real quick, Jensen, I'm good friends with Shane Benton, and if I repeated what he told me to tell you, then shut my mic off. So we'll just say he says hi.
That's probably smart. Yes.
My question's for Jared and Jensen. I know you love the car. We got that. Let's talk about guns. What are your guys' favorite guns you've shot in the show?
Y'all have the cool guns. I'll talk about the gun we haven't shot. We haven't used the grenade launcher that's in the car. But like, there will be episodes every now and again where, you know, we're storming the castle and there are demons inside, and we have to rescue Charlie or something. Something's happening. And we're like, we have a grenade launcher in the car. Why can't we like fill it up with salt or something and shoot it and salt explodes? I don't know. So that I wish we could say that.
I'm a big, just because it's always in my hand, my 1911. And it's, I say my 1911. It's not mine. But it's, you know, it's just, I've had to learn how to be very proficient with it, and I can take it apart, I can clean it, I can put it back together, blindfolded, and that's really weird. But some of the things that actors get to do this is one of them. So yeah, I really like the 1911. We did get they brought the judge. I don't know if there's any gun aficionados out there, but there is, in case you were looking, there is a handgun that shoots shotgun shells. It is called the Judge, and it will probably blow your hand right off of your face. It's crazy, but it's a revolver that shoots shotgun shells. We played with it. I thought it was a lot of fun, but I think it was a little too much, so they nixed it. But anyway, yeah, it's not a show about guns, but we do have some cool tools. Thanks. And tell Shane to shut his mouth. All right.
Hold on, somebody's dressed as me.
Hello, boys.
We have just one second. We have time for one more question.
The resemblance is uncanny, by the way.
This will be the last question, so that we have time for the gag reel. So.
First, I'd like to congratulate Misha Collins for his charity work with Random Acts. I really admire the determination to help people who are less fortunate than us, especially the children of Haiti. It's really a remarkable accomplishment what you're doing for them, and I greatly admire it.
Thank you very much, and I just want to say thanks to the fans, because it's really a collaboration with the Supernatural fans. They gave all the money and they've done all the hard work to make that happen, so thank you guys. It's been really amazing.
Keep doing what you're doing. But anyways, I would like to know, why is Crowley the only demon that can teleport? From what I can tell, even Lilith, I don't think can teleport. I was just...
Bob, he's the king. It's good to be the king. No, seriously, we gave Crowley that particular skill because he had worked his way so far up the demon ladder to be the capo of demons. That's one of the perks you get when you're with the boss.
It's like when Voldemort learned to fly.
Really? I got a high five.
I just got to say, I love the costume, so I'm really impressed. I think that's great. The blood pattern matches exactly what I was wearing.
That's awesome.
Okay, thanks very much. Thank you all for coming out here today. Thanks for this amazing panel. Supernatural Season 9. Back to the CW this fall.
Be good. Hold on. I hope you made it out here, guys.
Now we're going to show you the gag reel from the next.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.